to be. Thank you for joining me at Astro Psych. I'm going to go ahead and dig into this full moon that we will have occurring in February on the 12th. It is the full moon in Leo that we will be examining. And this occurs at 8:53 a.m. This is out of Lynchburg, Virginia, of course, Eastern Standard Time. Please make sure that you adjust this moon to wherever you are and put it on up to your chart, and then you'll have a better idea of where this moon is showing up for you. The moon is occurring in the third decan of Leo, which is the decan of Mars, and it is occurring in the fifth house out of the Lynchburg, Virginia area, 24 degrees. Opposite, of course, the sun, 24 degrees in Aquarius, up in that 11th house. So this moon is occurring below the horizon, which is considered the nighttime part of the chart. It's also occurring in the fifth house, which is the house of pleasure and creativity and our children and fun. It is the succedent house, which comes after the cardinal houses, and a succedent house supports the work of the cardinal activities that have been put out by those signs. So where we have the fixed signs, we have the ability to focus, be fixated, build, and bring strength to the ideas that are out there within the world. But what we have here is a very fiery moon. And with it occurring below the horizon, this is more of an introspective full moon, which we know a full moon already is. Moons are introspective in themselves. But this is falling in the area of the pursuit of happiness within the chart, the pursuit of happiness. So it could be that some of us are having a difficult time right now with trying to pursue that happiness or being reflective about it, going within and thinking about it in a more reflective manner. Now, also, it occurs this full moon within the quadrant of personal expansion, which is the second quadrant in the wheel, which is houses 4 through 6. So by the time we get to the fifth house, we're fired up, so to speak, as it is a fixed fire sign, fixed fire house, and we're wanting to use our energy and create things and make things. And the sun, of course, in Leo is this yang expression ruling that house. The sun rules it, the Lord, and promises of personal success if we direct that yang sun, the center of the solar system, the center of the chart, our solar power. If we direct that energy outward in a harmonious way, we certainly can then see it beneficial. And so there is a pursuit here with the fifth house. There's a goal, and it's greatly tied up in this creative pleasure principle. So the moon, we know, is the unconscious, the female yin nature, our receptivity, our emotions, tied into heredity, past, mother, family, domestic life. Well, now we're getting into bringing in where and how this moon can impact us. It's going to be things of the mother, things of the moon, things of domesticity, regarding how it's impacting our creative pursuits, regarding how it's impacting the way we send out our Leo energy. So the 24-degree decan of Mars, I want to talk about that for a brief moment. When a decan is ruled by Mars, this is a very fired up, raring to go, ready to move out, fully empowered degree. And Mars is really a more willful energy. It embodies the warrior archetype of Aries, who it is the Lord over. So bringing in Mars here can be assertive energy. And with it in Leo, seeking some kind of achievement or wanting some recognition. With Mars in the third decan, this gets us into the tarot aspect that I want to hit here, and that is this decan of Mars. And the main card for Leo in the tarot major arcana is the strength card, number 8. So the 8 card, strength, is a major arcana card, and it is representative of our instincts, our inner strength, our courage, our passion, and our compassion. Very much having to do with the characteristics of Leo, which is July 23rd to August 22nd, where we see confidence, leadership, creativity, and passion. So there's this masculine energy that's being represented by this card, and of course, the element of fire. And the element of fire has to do with the 3 signs of Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, defined by our passion, energy, and action. However, Leo expresses this passion and this energy and even action in a fixed way. And this makes the energy sustainable and steady, unlike Aries, that would be a spontaneous flame, or Sagittarius, perhaps a wandering spark. Leo's fires burn consistently, much like the sun's enduring radiance, which shows up brightly and strongly in this card. We have the sun association, which we know ties us to anything during the day time. So this gives us a hint of, okay, it's the energies we're using during the day. With this moon showing up in the 5th house below the horizon in the nighttime part of the chart, it's reflecting a need to go in with our energies and really look at, or in with our thoughts of looking at them, I should say, not putting our energies in, but how are we using our creative and expressive fires? How are we using our fires? Are they sustained? Are they steady? Are we warm? Are we generous? And how is our pride and determination? How's our self-confidence and our ability to achieve greatness, which Leo is very, very, very much concerned with. Okay, so let's take a look at the traditional imagery here in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And a woman is gently holding open a lion's mouth. And this, of course, represents inner strength, self-control, and a mastery over emotions rather than physical force. The infinity symbol is above her head, and that is a sign and a symbol of spiritual enlightenment, eternal wisdom, and balance. We saw it on the Magician card as well, the number 1 major arcana card. The lion represents our primal instincts, our passions, our desires, our raw emotions that must be harmonized rather than suppressed. And that's really key to this full moon here, is understanding that, yes, go in and yes, look, but we're meant to harmonize those energies, and we're meant to express them. We're meant to express them and not suppress them. And when we suppress things, we are pushing our energy down or in, and it's not expansive in any way. However, it's expansive inside of you. In pushing energy down, 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 and holding it can have very, very detrimental consequences to your health. This is why exercise is so good, and moving and being active, because it stirs the waters. And we have this going on here, showing up in this card very strongly, this need to get mastery over our emotions, get mastery over our physical force. And the calm and graceful demeanor we see in the woman shows that true power comes from patience, love, and confidence rather than aggression. And we see the lush green background and flowers on her dress as well. And this suggests a harmonious connection with nature and life cycles. This is easy for her. This is not hard. She is not in stress. In fact, what it's suggesting here on a deeper alchemical level and a metaphysical way is, unless we learn how to harness and master the more deeper instincts that every human has, the visceral energies. This is in Mars now, this third decan of 24 degrees. This is in Mars, and so it's asking us, what are we doing with our energies and how are we acting with them? Because it may impede the way we can do our magic. It may get in the way of the way that we can do our chemical exchanges in this world. And as witches and magicians and mystical people and those that want to live a very intuitive life, I can share with you, until I learned how to master and balance the chakras, specifically the lower chakras, because fire is the root chakra. Fire is the first chakra. It is the red chakra. So this is asking us, really to the visceral things inside of us that are firing us up. It's asking us, hey, how can you balance this? Because we need to move on in the tarot and we need to move forward. And you can't move on in your alchemy and your magic and in your power if you don't have mastery over your emotions and your inner waters and your inner fires and that which drives you. And this is absolutely true. We do not have anything really be used unless we harness it with power and then we push it in a direction. But it's the harnessing first, the molding and the shaping and the gathering and putting it into a tool that then we can use our might, our power, to then do something with it. And the deeper esoteric symbolism of strength in Leo here is, Leo's connection is fiery determination and this regal nature that Leo has, with the wisdom to lead with the heart and not the ego. In the alchemical influence, strength is linked to the process of taming the inner beast, representing spiritual refinement and self-discipline. In the Kabbalistic connection here in the Tree of Life, strength is linked to the Sephirah Gabara, severity, which teaches us that self-mastery requires discipline and balance. So inner strength and mastery, emotional balance, resilience and perseverance, healing and self-love. These are all represented in this card. And also, I want to bring attention to you, the mountain behind her. This is very important. It's peeking up as if it's a yang expression, standing tall and up and erect. But notice how much higher and bigger she is than that mountain. This is suggesting that when this card is in its upright position and you master You are on top of that mountain. You are bigger than that mountain. You have overcome that mountain. So out in the greater collective with this full moon, we've got Pluto in Aquarius. Leo is opposite Aquarius in the zodiac wheel. The moon is in the fifth house, opposite the house of Aquarius. So we have a moon that is working with a very powerful sun. And we see this in the greater collective, which Aquarius would represent the polarity of the strength card. And the societal and collective consciousness is being asked to have this leadership through compassion with this moon, to tame the wild beasts out there in society. Let me give you a perfect example of this. I am definitely not a prude and not against expressing sexuality in any way, shape, or form. But we had a Grammys moment where I'm not going to mention the actor, but she showed up with another actor and an actress, I should say, and she had a dress on that was completely see through 100%. So basically, she was nude and just putting out all of the sexual energy in front of everyone, and having us look at this body that it's very beautiful. I saw the picture. She's obviously well endowed and has a very nice figure. But my question is, what are you trying to do with this? Like, we have to have this taming of the wild beast in us. And that's just overt sexuality to show up absolutely naked in a society that sexualizes the woman, in a country that sexualizes the woman, in a Grammy presentation show that sexualize the woman. So we have some responsibility with this card, okay? Environmental and social responsibility. We have revolution without violence with this card, asking us that, hey, change through courage, change through perseverance, change through wisdom, rather than brute force or brute expressions or expressions of bestiality that are just out of control. So I think that wraps it up with the final messages of the Strength card. Remember, your true power lie in inner harmony, patience, and heart-centered action. It reminds us to face challenges with grace, not aggression, to master our emotions rather than being controlled by them, and to lead with love, wisdom, and courage. And in a world that often values brute strength, this card teaches the power of patience, resilience, and quiet determination. Just as Leo, the noble lion, leads with both ferocity and grace, we can take it and tame it, and it becomes a powerful force in our life for creative expressions, procreation, creating children, our entertainment, our pleasures, our romance, and especially our play. Blessed be, and I hope that you have a wonderful full moon and that it guides you into ways that are more harmonious and ways that are more peaceful.